Hello everyone, Dynamite Gaming here, and I thought I'd go over my final thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. Now, if you have not played the game yet, and you do plan on playing it, or you do not want any spoilers, please turn this video off right now. I don't want to see in the comment section anyone like, oh man, you just spoiled the whole game for me. No! Do not stay here then, because I might drop a few spoilers. But if you have no interest in playing this game, or you've already played it, and you want to hear my thoughts on it, here we go. And, you know, I've watched a few videos myself to see how other people felt about this game, and I agree with almost all their points. So I thought, let's start off with the negatives first, and then move on to the positives. The positives. I'm going to do minimal editing in this video because it takes a lot of time, and I kind of just want to get my thoughts out. So, honestly, just to start off, before we jump into the negatives, I love this game. I think it's fantastic. If I had to give it a score out of 10, it would probably be like an 8 or to an 8.5, somewhere around that range. Now, to me, that's great. That's borderline fantastic. 9 and 10 usually are reserved for games that are near perfect. You know what I mean? They have little room for improvement. In my opinion, Hogwarts Legacy has a lot to improve on. That does not mean it's necessarily a bad game. I had a lot of fun with it. It's got a lot going for it. But to start off with the negatives, the game mentions a lot of stuff like gobstones, and obviously if you've watched or read the Harry Potter series, there's Wizard's Chest, there's Quidditch. None of that is in this game. Now that feels like a huge missed opportunity, and I fully expect for the second game that comes out, because I know there's one planned with how successful this game has been, I fully expect there to be some form of those games included. Next would be the Merlin trials. They're very repetitive, along with some of the side quests. They can be kind of, I'm sorry, not side quests, but, you know, a few of the side quests are a bit repetitive as well. A bit of, you know, fetch questing here and there. A lot of the crypts you enter are very repetitive, and a lot of the puzzles are very repetitive as well. Sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes that's, you know, not the best. Kind of makes the game fall into those open world tropes. The game optimization could definitely be better. I understand this game requires a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to the graphics, because it does look phenomenal. But I have a top-of-the-line computer, you know, definitely near top of the line, and if I don't upscale the game, it struggles to run. Another negative, unfortunately, is the whole vibe of the Harry Potter series is the interconnected relationships that you have with other students. And I look back to an old game like the Bully Scholarship games. I'm sure most of you who have played this Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy game at least know about the Bully games. They were made by Rockstar. The social class system and the interconnected relationships that you have with other students in that game, in my opinion, is a lot better. And that's kind of funny because this game is coming out, what, 15 years later? But I feel like that's something that's really missing from this game that's huge in the Harry Potter series. In the Harry Potter series in general, the relationship between Harry and Draco Malfoy and Hermione and, you know, the Weasleys, and it's just, you know, Hagrid and Snape and all of these characters, you know, Dumbledore. It's missing from this game. There really isn't that much going for it in terms of, you know, friendships and romantic relationships and just any, you know, I understand that could be viewed as somewhat as, you know, nitpicky, but you would love to see it in a game like this that's got so much going for it. If I want to bring one of my friends on a mission with me, let me do it. If I want to go play gobstones or play Quidditch, you know, or go on, you know, a duelist training thing with a friend, or, you know, sit down in the common room with them and have a discussion and further our friendship. It's stuff like that, in my opinion, that's missing from the game that would take it to the next level. You know, you're looking at a tier above that. You're looking at something, in my opinion, up with like the Skyrims and, you know, the Oblivion games, and even maybe higher than that, because of what this series has going for it. So I know that could be a little bit nitpicky to some, but, you know, obviously keeping everything PG-13 and under that with any type of romanticism or anything, they could have a lot going for it if they bring that into future games. Alohomora and a lot of the kind of slow parts of the game, like the Merlin trial cutscenes, to me are just annoying. I'm definitely not a fan of that. I do appreciate how Alohomora, the spell that lets you unlock doors, isn't connected to your spell set. Like, it's not in your spell wheel, but for the future, I think they can get rid of the lockpicking sequences. I feel like they're completely unnecessary for a spell that should just be instant. The castle at times, finally, for my last negative point, so we can just move on to the positives. It does feel a little bit dead at times. You kind of expect a lot more going on. Like, as you can see, I'm walking in the Great Hall right now, and it just feels dead. I don't know. There's something about it that's missing. I understand we're still probably in an age where technology has not gotten to the point where you can have 1 million different students on screen, so this is like what they worked with to get the game to run decently well, but hopefully in the future they can figure it out, like when, like if you guys remember in Dead Rising when there was like 1,000 zombies on screen. That's what I expect for the future of this game to look like. You know, at least the future games. It's just, I want to see a student to the right arguing with another one, going over their spell book. Another one to the left, like, talking about, I don't know, Quidditch practice later. You know, and you can jump into these discussions and say hello, and maybe even, you know, discuss something with a student. Like, I want there to be so much going on, you know, in this world to make you really feel like it's alive. And I feel like this game still is missing a lot of that. But let's move on to the positives with the game, shall we? And I'll probably take us back outside of Hogwarts again to discuss that. And we're going to start off with the near instant loading times. If you have a good PC and the graphics are, you know, upscaled, the game looks absolutely phenomenal and the loading times are extremely fast. And I feel like that is very important in a game like this. The quests feel very different. The main story is absolutely excellent in this game. No complaints with it. You know, just, it feels like something they ripped straight out of a new Harry Potter book that was written. And that's how you know they did a fantastic job with giving some fan service in this game. The broom flying that I'm on right now is fantastic. I think I just said that wrong, but the broom flying feels very good. And with a few adjustments that I made, I mean, it's just one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just being able to zip around the world on my broom. There's a huge map to explore. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, the graphics are incredible in this game. And honestly, I'm so excited to see what they can do in the future with this ground already, you know, established. It's just, the opportunities they have truly are endless. The character customization is excellent. You know, I was able to make my character look almost like me in real life, even though I cut my hair off. It's just, they give you so many options with the gear and stuff as well. It feels like, honestly, it's just endless. You can see I'm going over my handwear here and my outfit. It's just, there's just so much you can do, and there's just endless amounts of, you know, creative options for the player. The combat, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the combat in this game is just really, really addicting and fun. And although I do think there could be more enemies in the future, I have just a wonderful time battling, you know, using different spells and different ways to fend off creatures. And I feel like they did a really good job with that. Also, there's just a lot to do in the world. I do admire the amount of collectibles in this game and different types of ways to attain them. Sometimes they can be inside quests, inside dungeons, inside forts, you know, inside even maybe just a little cabin at the edge of the woods. I mean, it's just, there's really a lot of stuff to collect here. And I'm going to go over with you guys real quick what the combat looks like. Here's me doing a nice spell on this Dugbog. Unfortunately, I am very overpowered, so I just kind of run through spiders and stuff. But I absolutely love the combat. There's my transformation spell. Me blowing myself up. Is he still alive? No, he's dead. Okay. But yeah, so overall, I didn't want this video to be too long. I tried to keep it about 10 minutes. You know, just to go over real quick what I thought was awesome or not. I'll leave it with this. You know, although some of my stuff is nitpicking, I do think they would make a next game in the series absolutely brilliant. And I was thinking for the next game, they should probably follow what happens after the events of the original Harry Potter series. That would be so cool. Imagine having an entire new story built around Harry Potter's son, you know, and maybe meeting up also with whatever. I think did Ron and Hermione have a girl or boy? I can't remember. But imagine the new story around them in this game. Oh man, it would probably be another bestseller of a game. So that's another way to look at it. My other idea is sort of a Fantastic Beasts angle in like the city or something, where you visit Hogwarts, but you're also on a quest to tame all these wonderful beasts. That could be a great idea. Or a super futuristic Hogwarts Harry Potter, where we are way in the future and there's so many new spells and new enemies, and oh man, it's just absolutely endless ideas to have for a new game. And I will finish with, I love the Room of Acquirement. I'm going to show it off real quick. I'll go over my Room of Acquirement just to show you guys what mine looks like. This was a fantastic idea from the devs. I really think in the future, they could actually bring that sort of creativity to the common rooms. Let us decorate our common rooms like we did to the Room of Acquirement. As you guys can see, I kind of put all the stuff I need to collect in the middle here. My Chinese chopping cabbages and my venomous tentacula. Hard to pronounce sometimes. But I do love how you can get new gear and identify it. And you can put some buffs on all your gear to make you stronger. Some potions back here. I didn't really do much with my extra rooms over here, but this is what I decorated for my side. You know, everything's really well done here. Very organized. I like it like that. And then you have... This is another creative idea they put in with the beasts and how they have their own rooms. Unfortunately, I wasn't too big on designing anything really further with the beasts, but, you know, I made sure to breed all of them and give them at least a decent area over here. But yeah, so that's my final thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. Super excited for the next game. I really hope they improve on everything I've talked about, because I know they can, and I know this series has so much potential going forward. Like I said, if I had to give a number, this game would get an 8 out of 10 for me, or an 8.5 out of 10, in that range. They did a fantastic job for the opening game in this series, and I can't wait to see what they have for us next. This is Dynamite Gaming signing off. Let me know in the comments what you think about Hogwarts Legacy.